And a 3-1 win today against Sutton Common Rovers. Is that a mixture of emotions after the last few weeks?
Yeah, I think the last few weeks have drawn out loads of emotions, mate, if I'm honest with you. With such a great start to the season, and then kind of going on a bad run of losses. It's been difficult, but it's my job to kind of keep everyone in place and not let them get or that old saying in football, never too high, never too low. Not making sure that people's heads are right down, because you don't become a bad side overnight. There's been some decent performances within the losses, and it was just good to kind of put that to bed today. I think we've needed it, but yeah, mixture of emotions for sure.
The biggest eyebrow raise, I think, before kick-off was when we saw the team sheet was Keegan Cole, assistant manager, was playing today. A, that he was playing, and B, obviously we're thinking, where's he going to play? But a word for him on his first game for, I think, over about a year?
Yeah, listen, you'll struggle to find someone as knowledgeable about football as Keegs. He lives and breathes it, lives and breathes this team, and I'm kind of blessed to have him by my side every week, if I'm honest with you. As a player, there'll be people out there that will look and see that side and go, do you know what? Fair play for having him on the pitch, because at his peak and when he's in the right shape, he probably wouldn't be playing this level. So we trusted him to go and do a job. We were missing two key centre halves for us in Addy and Gertz, and Javon out injured as well, and we just felt we needed a bit of a leader across that back that back line for us, and we knew we could trust him to go and do that. And I think he proved. If there was any doubters out there, that had doubts, that he proved them wrong, because you could see how he dictates the game, organises people. That's what we needed. After a bad run, we just needed a leader to come in, settle us a little bit. So it was good to see him back out there, and I'm glad that the ultimate decision would have come back down to me, and I'm glad he backed that up.
Was the plan to play him the full game? Was he expecting to? Obviously, he ended up playing 98 minutes. So was that the plan all along, or did it? And has he got a physio or massage booked for tomorrow morning?
Yeah. Well, listen, we had a plan in case he did pull up, because that with the conditions, the way the pitch was playing, the rain, it was always going to be heavy on the legs. So to come and play after not so long, it was always going to take its toll. But he got through it. I think he manages his game very, very well. He makes others do his work that he needs to, so he's very smart in that way. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be hurting tomorrow, and he'll be calling Irvy up. I think he smothered himself in deep heat before the game. So, but listen, it was really good to see him out there, because listen, he's such a good player. And those who've watched Harrow in the past when he was at Hendon would have seen him play. So it was really good to see him, out there and enjoying and being a leader and getting us 3 points.
You mentioned that Gertz obviously was unavailable today, but with Keegan, the way Keegan played and his organising skills, etc., and he can take a good free kick. I mean, have you got a decision to make next week? Is Gertz going to get straight back in?
Yeah, listen, Gertz is been ever present for us, and he's unfortunately away today. I see him tweet back to Keegan's free kick saying, "I'm ashamed I wasn't there with my left foot to wrap it in." But listen, we'll have to do a Guinness test when he's back to see how many he's got in his system, and then we've got a big decision to make, I'm sure.
As well, 2 goals from midfield today. Good to see, obviously, 2 goals coming from midfield. Good goals from Tyrese and Harry. Similar goals.
Yeah, 2 great finishes. I think once Tyrese done very well to keep I think 2 players off his shoulders and burst into the box. And once he gets in the box, in training and before the game, you can see his finishing. He wasn't going to miss. It's a bit unorthodox for Corks, not usually one that you have to rely on for goals. But I think he's always around dangerous areas of the pitch, because he's got so much energy. I think his touch away from the defender allowed him, and it's a great finish. Even though we didn't really.
I was going to say, we can assure you it did go in. It was definitely a third goal for him, because I know you said on your side of the ground it wasn't obvious.
Well, we were blindsided the post, and where it hit the concrete and come back out, none of us celebrated. I think the fans all behind didn't celebrate. Corks ran off on his own, and the ref pointed to the spot. So it was obviously a goal. We had to kind of delay our celebration. But yeah, it's good to see both of them getting on the score sheet. I thought they both were brilliant.
Finally, no midweek game this week, because I think our next game is away next Saturday to Binfield. So just your thoughts ahead of that one, and if a gap this midweek actually helps you after the recent schedule?
Yeah, listen, the recent schedule's been tough. I think you can see that with the bodies that we've got missing in through injuries and things like that. Hopefully that gives us a blank week to get those bodies back. You see Leo back in the squad today. Kai's not far. Javon is working extremely hard. I have to give a big shout out to Javon's dad, if I'm honest with you, because his his updates and the way he's made Javon's rehab so professional. I have to give a big shout out to Jerome, Javon's dad. But yeah, listen, the blank week just gives us a bit of recovery time going into another difficult fixture. It's not an easy place to go. They've done very, very well last year to get themselves out of a relegation zone. So they're a team that's together. Some really nice people down there. So I'm looking forward to that.
Ben, well done today. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.
See you next Saturday.
Thank you.